Irreverent, entertaining, cool. You're listening to LA Talk Radio.
You're listening to Turn On to Tech with Jeff Levy and Bonnie Jane Bentley, right here on LA Talk Radio.
And here we are. The show is called Turn On to Tech. I'm Jeff Levy, a.k.a. The Digital Doctor, with my partner, the exciting, the incredible, the talented, the lovely, the smart.
Oh, you're bowling me over. Bonnie Jane Bentley.
The Bonnie Jane Bentley. We're here with Tyler M. Jackson at the controls. Hello, Tyler.
Hello.
This is not like any tech show you've ever heard. It's real-life tech with a saucy edge, or is that a sassy edge?
Both.
How do you say them together? Saucy. Nah, that's not going to
Nah.
work. I'm the tech. Bonnie's the consumer. She'll ask the questions and make the points that you'd be interested in. We didn't do this on the medicine show, so we'll have to make a note, Jeff. Shame on you.
Oh, the phone number.
The phone number, you can call during the week at 866-905-5333. Leave a message. We'll get back to you, and maybe we'll invite you to join us on the show. And you can email us at turnontotech, and that's at Gmail.
And Yahoo.
Yeah. And Tyler, you need to come over here. We're going to make the old switch. I'm going from the smaller iPad to the larger one without spilling that iced tea. I like iced tea. It's all good. Okay, DSL Extreme, and then we have a shout-out. You want to do that first?
Oh, the shout out?
Yeah.
You bet.
We'll say hello to people who we meet in our travails and travels.
that
and
are
ask
going
them to
to
watch
be
the show.
listening to the next show.
You better be, because
Absolutely.
we're going to ask questions.
Yes, Alyssa.
So who's Alyssa? Oh, I
Alyssa.
know who that is.
Yes, at Roy's.
Roy's Hawaiian.
Roy's Hawaiian Fusion Cuisine in Pasadena.
It's incredible food. It really is.
It was delicious.
And the drink?
Oh, the best Mai Tai I ever had.
Yeah, they use a special sort of a rum that's got a molasses tweet.
It's incredible.
Yeah, 3 of
Blackstrap
those
rum.
and I'd be walking on water.
Oh, yeah.
Blackstrap molasses, that's what it is. Okay, DSL Extreme, I'd love to talk about them, Bonnie. I got them actually started back in my days at KFI Los Angeles in the 1990s. And
How did you do that?
They were selling pagers called Rampage pagers. So if you called and left a message, I just put it to my ear, push a button, I hear your voice.
Ah.
But they were talking about the internet, and I said, my God, you got to do this. And they did. And it just, with all the commercials I did over the years and the endorsements, it grew like a fire. In the meantime, you were paying about $120 a month for DSL and for landline.
Yes, from AT&T.
Yeah.
Yep, and that's a lot of money per year. And I was not that happy
It was pretty slow.
and pretty expensive.
Yeah, and it was so slow you could walk to the internet faster. I love that.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, you went with DSL Extreme has a product, and it's called Broadband Fusion. $34.95 a month. You have 3 times the internet speed, and you still have a landline.
And boy, does it work fast.
It is. I've ordered seat belts for your desk chair. How's that?
I mean, Jeff says, watch this, and pushes a
Boom.
button. I'm like, boom.
We're going to lead off with a very scary story.
Ooh.
Yeah, very scary indeed. But first, actually, we'll start within the news. That's where we'll start. Okay, we're having a little bit of a Tyler. We need you over here, please. And actually, you can use this one.
I'm having a technical problem.
Not a problem. It's called teething problems. It's not. It's no. When you have a new experience like video versus radio, we call it teething problems. So why don't you
Okay.
start with in the
So,
news?
in the news, the average MPG is now 24.1.
The average miles per gallon, really?
Yes.
That's pretty good.
It's incredible. So, whoops. Now we got it so big I can't find it. Okay. So think about what it was 20 years ago or 10 years ago.
Oh, 8 to 10 to 12
Huge,
maybe on a good day.
huge. Yes. It's better a fuel economy than ever.
And it keeps getting better. The reason is the government requires what's called a CAFE, corporate average fuel economy, CAFE. And they keep raising the bar every year or couple of years. And so the car companies are dragged kicking and screaming. They don't want to have to do it, but they do it.
They do it, and that's what counts.
Yeah. All right, go ahead.
Okay, 23 million pets will be in costume for Halloween.
What?
Yes.
What are they going to go as, a dog or a cat?
Well, one of the popular ones is a hot dog.
Oh,
Oh,
ooh.
it's cute. It's got a bun and a hot dog.
Can you see putting mustard on Scamper? I don't
Especially-
think
no,
so.
it's especially like short, long dogs. that looks,
Dachshunds.
looks really cute. on
Yeah.
it.
Or the wiener dogs.
The wiener dogs,
The
dachshunds,
most popular
yeah.
one is a pumpkin.
Pumpkin.
How do you make
Oh
a
yeah, yes.
dog
yeah.
look like a pumpkin?
Well, they put a little pumpkin head on them and hat on them and whatever. It's ugly looking to me.
You know what? If I tried to do that to my cat, K-Fi, he would have 2 words for me, and the first would be a verb.
yeah.
The words would not be happy birthday.
No,
I don't
he
think
doesn't
so.
know that verb. He just says it meow.
It's interesting when a cat is mad
Except
at you.
for when I'm on the phone with you.
Yeah, then yeah. If a cat is ticked off at you, it'll go sit in front of you with its butt facing you. That's what they do.
I thought it's when they liked you. Boy, you're the
No.
cat's ass. No, excuse me.
Did you say a cat's aspect? Yes. That's funny. Okay, if you're about to buy a new iPad, folks, I got some great advice for you. Don't do it at all.
Why?
Because the new iPad will be announced on October 16th.
Oh wow.
And it's going to have perhaps a better screen and a faster... Well, are you going to buy one?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Can you
yeah.
get her a deal, Jeffy?
No, not on those. No. So a new iPad and a new iPad Retina Mini will be announced on the 16th, and they will be an improvement. Now,
What else is happening with Apple?
Apple has announced a service. This is very important. If you buy a used iPhone or an iPad in the open market, once you let go of the cash, you are done. And so if you get one that's locked and reported stolen, you're out of luck. Out
Yeah.
of luck.
So how can you guard against that?
Well, one way is to, if it's an iPhone or if it's an iPad that has that capability, the 4G capability, meet them at the store that sells the service. In my case, I would go to a Sprint store. And I would have the Sprint people look at the phone, make sure that it's usable. But if you can't do that, if you're buying it out of New York or something, there's an app called Find My iPhone, which is really cool because it lets you locate it, right? And it'll let you remotely wipe it or lock it. It does all kinds of neat things. But there's an activation lock that requires the owner Apple ID and password to be entered before Find My iPhone can be turned off. So, if the activation lock is there, it will prevent thieves from using the phone.
Well,
Okay.
that's good. But,
But
how
it-
do you get it? What do you do?
Well, you have to, the owner has to, once you enable this app to Find My iPhone, the owner has to put his code word in, his Apple ID and password in order to turn it off. If he doesn't turn it off, you
I
can't
got
use
it.
the phone.
I got it. So is that free?
It's free, and it's free at iCloud.com. What happens is there's a certain serial number. It's called the IMEI. It's an electronic serial number.
Okay.
And you can find it easily on the phone. You type that into this iCloud app, and then it will tell you if the activation lock has been deactivated. And if it has, the phone can be reused. If the lock is still there, you'll never be able to use it.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah. So don't get caught in the trap where you go to a Starbucks, buy the phone, call the guy and say, I need your lock code. And he'll say, oh, I forgot. And you're done. Terrible.
Oh, yeah, too bad. Money's gone.
Okay, so let's do our tech tip.
Okay.
Those of you who are stuck with Windows 8, 8.1, Windows 8 to me was a disaster. And you know what, Bonnie? 2 days after Microsoft rolled out Windows 8, they, what are you,
Phone call. Phone
what?
call.
Oh, we got our call. Let's bring him on. Bring him in. You got him?
Mm-hmm.
Counselor. Hello. We don't hear him.
He's on.
Okay.
Hello?
Maybe
Hello?
you better find Sam. Hope he stays
Okay.
on. Is one of those mics up?
Yeah, they're both all up.
Okay. Can you hear us, Counselor? We don't hear
We're
him.
not hearing him.
Okay, go find Sam, would you please? Okay, so here's the tech tip while we're waiting. I hope he stays on the line. If you can hear us, please stay with us and we'll get this fixed right away. Bonnie, the man that developed and was responsible for Windows 8 was fired 2 days after they brought it out.
Yes, I know.
It was really designed for touch interface. But what about the millions and millions of people who use a mouse and a keyboard like we do? Well, you're going to have to throw away your computer now and get a new one?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, one of the things about Windows 8 is called the charm bar. It's not exactly charming,
Okay.
but to use it, you pull the mouse pointer to the right of the screen, okay? And then it brings up these icons for settings and different things like that. Oh, I hear you. Are you there? Oh my, I can hear him moving the phone around, but he can't hear us. Hello? Oh boy, this is not good. We can't hear him. Anyway, the charm bar will give you access to various settings and things, but it's a pain to keep trying to get that. Just hold down the Windows key and tap the letter C, and that brings up the charm bar, just like that. It's all done. What do you think? Can you hear us? Hello? Okay, we're going to have to get some help. Why don't we continue with the show?
Okay.
What do we have next?
I don't know. I'm on another page.
Okay, we'll get there. I know I can hear him. I don't think he can hear us, so it's got to be something. Oh, I know what it is. No, all the microphones are turned on. How interesting. I hope he stays with us because it's a very important case. Let's talk about why we invited him. Okay?
Well, Uber.
Uber. Uber is one of several so-called ride-sharing services where you use an app, you go on the internet, a car picks you up, drives you to your destination. It's faster and cheaper than a cab. And that's where the good news ends. Okay? Here's our fearless leader, Sam. He's going to see if we can get our guest, Christopher Dolan. And we'll see, hopefully. Anyway, Uber, a driver at one of the Uber drivers got really mad at some passengers. And what he did is he stopped the car very far from their destination, threw them out, and attacked one of them with a claw hammer and damaged his eye. Very serious.
Okay.
Can you hold on? Let me see
Sure.
if the guest is
Hello?
here.
Oh,
Yes.
there he is. Hello?
Can you hear us?
I just heard him say hello.
Yeah, I know.
Christopher?
No, he can't hear us for some reason.
Oh, that's not good. You cannot
Yeah.
believe how tough it was
Well-
to try to get him.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we will try. Hold on a second.
Okay, in the meantime, we can talk about the story.
Yes.
So the driver was arrested for felonies, assault, battery. It was a vicious attack. Why would you club somebody with a claw hammer in the head? But in the meantime, when you use this Uber app, you sign away your rights to everything. Essentially, you do so at your own risk, and that language is
So they're
even-
not responsible about what
Well,
happens to you.
that's what they're going to say, but they haven't met Christopher Dolan yet.
Ah.
Exactly.
Let's try him again.
All right, Chris, are you there? Oh, that's too bad. He stepped out of a black tie party to talk to us.
Oh my.
Yeah, I'll have to call his office next week. It looks like the line's connected, Sam, but we don't have him.
Yeah. You can't hear, sir?
I heard him say hello.
Yeah, we can hear him. For some reason, he can't hear us.
Well, I guess we better just get on with it then.
Okay. We'll have to contact
Let's.
him.
You know what? Let me try and call him. Okay.
Okay.
Let's see if that'll work.
Oh, there you go.
It's
See?
probably not, but let's try.
It might. It's his cell phone. It might.
Yeah, I don't know. No, it's not working.
Not working. Okay. Well, then we'll just
He's
go
having
on.
a problem too.
Come on over. This is the lovely and talented Tyler. The Med Show went so smooth. I don't know what happened.
It just,
It disappeared, didn't it?
yeah. There we go.
Okay, leave it to Tyler. Is that it?
I think this is not the final version.
That's not. Oh, it's the final version. It just doesn't have those little red
Oh yeah,
dots.
it's the same.
Okay, I think we better continue talking about Uber. Anyway, this
Okay.
guy may lose. Thank you, Tyler. He may lose the sight of his left eye, Bonnie. And I saw the video. He looked really banged up.
I can imagine with a claw hammer.
Yeah. Well, the clue was that the passengers were a bartender and some of his friends who had closed the bar, so they'd had a few drinks.
Right.
And they wanted the driver not to take the freeway, but to take regular roads so they could be dropped off sequentially.
Okay.
And when he took a different route, they saying, "What are you trying to do? Make more money? This isn't the route." And he just drove them several miles away from the drop-off point, ordered them out of the car. And when one person was staying in the car to make sure everybody got out and they hadn't left anything in the car, this crazy guy comes out of the car with a hammer and hits this guy in the face.
That's insane.
So we will work hard to get. Oh, we have him?
Well, he's calling again.
Okay, try it again. Christopher? Christopher, can you hear us? Tyler, make a note of the number. Do you have the mics, all the mics open? Mm-hmm. Can you hear us? Do me a favor. Make a note of the number. Go outside and call him and just tell him we're having. Oh, he's calling here. Tyler, do me a favor, would you? Go call him. Here it is. I'll give it to you. Oh, here he comes. He's calling here. Chris, hold on just a second. Will you explain to him we're having technical problems and we really apologize and we'll get him next time. Okay, well, it's our first here, so what
yeah,
the heck?
it's the first time.
Anyway,
in the studio.
this lawyer is got an incredible background, Bonnie.
Yes.
He has been lawyer of the year a number of times with a number of different salutations. He's one of the best trial lawyers in the country.
And you would appreciate that.
Yeah. You got him? Call him back and let him talk to Sam, please, Tyler.
Sam said try putting it on speaker and put it next to the microphone.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
not
gonna
gonna
work.
Well,
Let's see.
you can try.
All right.
He's on speaker now. Oh, no.
Chris, are you there?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you speak up a little louder, please?
Certainly, I'll be happy to speak up.
Hey, it's working.
All right. Well, we had a technical. I'm really sorry because I know you took your time to leave a very nice black tie event. We were trying to set up this thing with Uber where your client was attacked.
Yes, that's actually another gentleman's client, but I know about it.
Okay. So what kind of case would this be against? Would it be a California case? Would it be a federal case? Might it be a class action sort of a case?
Well, that's a good question. It would most likely be a California state case. It would be brought against the driver and Uber. Uber's a Delaware corporation, but because there would be the driver assailant, it would remain in the California Superior Court for San Francisco, since that's where it occurred. The type of case it would be a civil case. There may also be a criminal case, but that's handled by the district attorney's office. The civil case would be one that would be against the driver for assault and battery, and potentially against Uber for negligent hiring, training, and supervision, or for what we call the responsibility of its employee called respondeat superior.
Respondeat superior, it's an agency sort of a thing.
It is, that's correct. It's under the doctrine that's generally referred to as master and servant.
Okay, so Uber, when you sign up for the app, essentially has you waive your rights to everything. How do you get around that?
Well, it's quite interesting. I'm glad you've read it because I doubt many of the people who use Uber have ever read it. They have clauses in there that say that the driver is not an employee, that they don't warrant that the product that they provide is safe or fit for its use, and you accept all responsibility for injury up to and including death. I mean, if people read this, I think they'd think twice about it.
It sure got me
Law enforcement
thinking.
Contracts to see if they're what we call unconscionable. And sometimes certain contracts are found by the courts to merely be so egregiously unbalanced that the court will not enforce them.
So, in other words, there may be a way around it.
Yes, we always say in the law that if there's a rule, there's an attempt to get around it. But I think that in this instance, where this is a click to accept, that there may be indeed some argument that can be made that this is not only unconscionable, but people don't truly realize what they're doing. Moreover, Uber holds these drivers out as their, quote, partners, end quote. That's what they call them.
Ah.
They're driver partners, but when something happens, they say that they're not responsible for what their partners do.
Yeah, they say they say driver who?
Yeah. Suddenly they've become someone that they have nothing to do with.
Okay, so a California case. Now, what impact, if any, would the criminal case have? This guy has been charged with felonies. If he pleads guilty or if he's found guilty, how does that impact a civil case against Uber?
That's a very good question. So the civil case against Uber, first of all, is derivative to the actions of the person who is accused of striking with the hammer. So Uber is only responsible to the degree that the person who struck the passenger with the hammer is responsible. So if there's a criminal case and there is a conviction in the criminal case of the driver, that acts as what we call res judicata in the civil case, which in essence means that since there's a higher burden of proof in the criminal matter, beyond the reasonable doubt, if an essential element of the civil case is proven in the criminal matter, it's deemed also proven in the civil matter since it had to be proven to a higher standard.
Okay, so
You
it's
still have to demonstrate that Uber had either some knowledge of the unfitness of this driver, failed to screen properly, or failed to provide adequate training and supervision. And I think that's a lot of where this case will turn on.
okay. So, in other words, you're essentially saying the driver wasn't properly trained or equipped to do the job.
Well, it seems to me that from what I've been gathering, I represent another very high-profile case where a driver ran down and killed a young girl on New Year's Eve of
Yeah,
last year.
2-year-old girl.
The Lou case. And what we're finding out is that Uber's training of its drivers is little or none. They have a 13-minute or so video that they watch, but it's directed primarily on how to use the app. But there's no training given on what to do if there's a problem with a passenger, how to deal with safety issues. But if taxi drivers want to get a permit to drive a taxi, they have to go through mandatory classes provided by the San Francisco Police Department and the Transportation Authority. So Uber drivers don't go through this training, so they're ill-equipped to handle situations that they come up to on the first time.
Wow. What's the status of the case you're handling in the death of that child?
The status of the case is it has been filed as an active lawsuit. Interestingly enough, today I was just putting the finishing touches on what we call discovery, which is where we get to ask them to provide us information under oath. And I've been directing a great deal of this discovery to find out the amount of training that's been provided to drivers, what their policies are regarding distracted driving, because that's a very big issue in our case. And our case has one other dynamic to it that the Hammer case doesn't, which is that we're alleging that the product itself, that is the GPS device used by the drivers, is dangerous because it, by definition, requires that the driver interact with it, which is a form of unlawful distracted driving in California.
That's true. It's against the law. How interesting. So you got yourself quite a lawsuit. You're now asking for discovery by way of questions called interrogatories or depositions or both.
Absolutely. We have three primary written vehicles. One is called a request for production of documents. The other is called an interrogatory, which is a fancy word for questions under oath.
Hundreds of
And the third
questions.
is a request for admissions, where we can ask them to admit material parts of the case to try to expedite it.
Interesting.
And we also have the right to take depositions, which is to ask people who would have knowledge of certain facts or matters, facts of the case.
And
The
that's
interesting thing that's both in this case, the mine and the Hammer case, is that there's a criminal case potentially pending in the Lou case as well.
I would think
And
so.
how that also affects the civil case is that the person who's being charged will often take the Fifth Amendment in the civil case, and the judges will put the case on hold until the criminal matter has been resolved.
Okay, once the criminal matter is resolved, then you can't use the Fifth Amendment as a reason not to answer questions in the civil case.
Absolutely, that's exactly correct. But if there's an ongoing criminal case and a civil matter, the person can refuse to answer the question on the grounds that it might incriminate them.
And
now, for me as a civil lawyer, I say that's fine. And you don't get to talk at the time of trial. And that's why the judges often will postpone the civil case until the criminal case is done, so that the drivers in this case would have an opportunity to provide information in their defense.
How interesting. So, Chris, can we keep in touch with you and kind of follow the progress of the case that you're handling?
Most certainly. There's one other thing that might be of interest to you either now or when we talk in the future, which is there's been a big issue with Uber about insurance.
Oh.
And what insurance is available to pay for the harms or injuries caused. So at some point in the future now, that's something that you may want to delve into for your audience.
Can you give us kind of a capsulation of it?
Sure. So the UberX product, which is Uber having people drive their own individual vehicles on the Uber platform, is different than the Uber product. The Uber product uses licensed delivery drivers who are required to have a certain level of insurance in California, mandated by the Public Utilities Commission, which is $750,000. The private drivers with UberX were originally only having their own personal insurance, which only requires up to $15,000 worth of insurance.
Ouch.
But the personal insurance companies were saying, we won't pay for any losses because you're engaged in a business activity. That led to the creation of what was called AB 2293 that I was very much involved in, which ultimately ended up requiring that Uber, or UberX in this case, was required to hold up to $1 million worth of insurance for when there had been a match. That's a request and an acceptance. And then $1 million all the way through pickup to delivery, with $1 million worth of underinsured, uninsured coverage. Where the tragedy is, though, is that Uber fought tooth and nail to not have to insure the drivers between the time they logged on and the time they got a match. And unfortunately, they were successful in getting the limits reduced significantly there to $50,000 per person, $100,000 per occurrence, with what we call a $200,000 excess policy. So Uber does not want to insure itself for the harms its drivers cause. But if you were in a taxi, or a taxi was driving on the street, there's in San Francisco, $1 million worth of coverage for the moment the key gets turned on.
Wow.
So Uber wants special exceptions, which really just relates to an increase in their bottom line.
So the bottom line we take away is stay away from Uber.
Well, it would be my suggestion to folks that they read that contract, and if they're okay with having somebody cut off an arm and not be held responsible, keep getting in the Uber. If you want somebody who's got driver training, safety inspection of vehicles, proper insurance, the police have their fingerprints on file, then take a taxi. Taxis are improving their service tremendously. Plus, they don't want the taxis aren't going to supercharge you, or what they call surge price you, which, end of the day, if the Uber drives the taxis out of business, which is what they want to do, we're going to end up with a company that doesn't have to have a fixed price control. So only the Uber rich are going to be able to afford a ride.
I remember reading about somebody who took an Uber ride, and they wanted to collect $790 for about a 20-minute drive.
That's right, and the founder of Uber says that's just fine. He's balancing supply and demand. But there's also some evidence to the effect that Uber was encouraging some drivers to stay home during these high demand times so that they could surge price.
Nice.
With the taxi, the government regulates the amount that can be charged. So people who are handicapped or disabled, they can budget for their trips, but not with this Uber. And at the end of the day, it's a big game plan here, and I think people aren't paying attention to it. Who's one of the major shareholders in Uber? It's Google. Who's developing the driverless car?
Google. Hello.
Who said they want to build a driverless car within the next 5 years?
Google.
Tesla.
Yeah.
So watch, you'll have Google with the technology, Tesla with the car, and Uber with the transportation infrastructure. That's the end game here. Uber wants to squeeze the drivers out too.
Wow. So how do people find you in your office, Chris?
Well, I own the Dolan Law Firm in San Francisco. If you just Google Dolan in San Francisco, it'll be pretty easy to find me. But so I hope that if anybody out there is contemplating an Uber drive, make sure that you understand what you're getting into, and hopefully you'll never be hurt. But as I say, we're the best lawyers we hope you'll never need.
Amen. We'll keep in touch with you. We want to follow the case of the death of that child. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you very much, and thanks for your interest in this very important sociological phenomenon.
It's indeed. Take care, Chris. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bonnie, that's frightening.
That's scary.
That is so
and
scary.
because most people don't know. And who are the people that use
Well,
Uber?
the thing is, because of the internet, we're used to clicking through things instead of. Do you ever read the fine print?
No.
It says, do you agree to the terms? Yes.
Yeah, because,
Agree.
well, I always say, what should I do, Jeff?
And what do I say?
Yeah.
I
You
say I'll be right over. So
if
Tyler,
if I'll agree to the terms.
exactly. Tyler, there's a lesson here for you too. Read the terms.
Yes.
That's really scary. So Google wants a driverless car. They'll use a Tesla, which is an electric car, so there's no fuel expense, right? And that's just frightening. Thing is, Google would never do that without the right insurance. They're too big a company. They have too much at risk.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay, Bonnie, where should we go next?
I don't know, but I have to find it.
We'll find it. This is our first video show, so we're kind of working on it. And
What
we did,
fun.
we did get to talk to the attorney. I thought he represented the passenger that was hit with a hammer. He represents the family of that 2-year-old.
Oh my! But someone else in his firm is working with.
Yeah,
The,
well, we'll keep in touch with them. Okay, so you buy a product and it's got a lifetime warranty. Aren't you feeling good about things? Maybe not so fast.
It might not be a lifetime warranty.
It might be the lifetime of a gnat.
What is a lifetime warranty? They
That's a
offer
good
them,
question.
But they offer no such thing. They say it's a lifetime warranty. So what does it mean? Is it your life? Is it as long as you own it? Is it as long as anyone owns it?
What does it mean?
What does it mean? So when Larry Salters, a Los Angeles marketing executive, reported a broken zipper on his 12-year-old Victorinox bag to the company known for its Swiss Army knives, a service rep said by email that the lifetime warranty didn't apply.
Why?
That it was from use, not a defect. As such, Salters could pay $30 plus shipping costs to fix the bag he originally purchased for about $350.
Wait a minute. He spent $350 on a bag, and they want to charge him $30 because the zipper doesn't zip.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so he requested the company's definition of a lifetime warranty, and the rep sent contract language stipulating that the lifetime warranty doesn't cover cosmetic wear and tear or damage resulting from abuse, misuse, unauthorized repair, improper handling, or common carrier damage. Well, how
that
else
covers everything.
Yeah, I know.
You didn't carry it by the handle with your right hand. You're left-handed. You're not covered.
Yeah, it's crazy. So he responded that cosmetic wear and tear would seem to involve a bag's appearance. A broken zipper is an actual malfunction.
Yeah, good point.
Right.
He must be a lawyer.
So he said he never never misused or improperly handled the bag. He just gave it normal wear and tear over the 12 years he had it, and the service rep stuck to her guns. This is not a defect. It's wear from use. Bags will wear over time, and this is why it's not covered. And Salters,
That's
yeah, so
terrible.
Salter was saying it's like the Marx Brothers. What kind of lifetime warranty is that?
The Marx Brothers?
I
Not
don't
too
know
good.
why it says that.
Well,
why he said that.
you have to know the Groucho and Harpo and Zippo and
Yeah, all over the place.
Yeah.
Okay, so Rachel Lyon, a spokeswoman for the company, said only that they would like to work with him on resolving the problem.
you know what that means? Keep it quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
That's-
Tyler? Keep it quiet.
That because customers as well as our customer satisfaction are our number one priority.
Right.
But California law only requires that any product advertised as having a lifetime warranty have a lifespan of at least 3 years.
That's the lifespan of a net.
I know, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So you're buying it with lifetime warranty. You expect more than 3 years. I mean, at least 10. Come
Well,
on, give me
if that's the law in California, you now know one of the functions of lobbyists.
Okay.
get laws passed that keep consumers from getting redress.
So we will say thank you to David Lazarus.
David
for
Lazarus, what a guy.
This article in the LA Times, and he's also on KTLA TV.
Yeah, and we've had him on as a guest before.
Yes, we have.
we'll have
he's
him again.
wonderful.
So raise your hand if you have a cell phone and can actually understand the bill that you get every month. Yeah, they should take college, like after graduate courses about that. Well, there's this practice called cramming, and cramming is not what it sounds like, okay?
Yeah, well, it sounds fun. No,
Yeah. So cramming is where third-party companies get to bill you on your cell phone for things that you never ordered and that you don't want. And AT&T got caught red-handed. All the carriers were doing it, but the powers that be went after AT&T. AT&T has agreed to pay $105 million in fines and other monies, which means your phone bill is going to go up substantially.
it comes out of somewhere.
Yeah. It's called AT&T Mobility, and it's for cramming, putting services on bills that were never ordered by the customers. Now, of that money,
Yeah, but that's
80
like that $9.99 that shows up, or that $4.99 that shows up, or that
Yeah,
99
yeah.
cents that shows up,
Yeah.
and you say, oh, it's some kind of charges, and you
And you just
ignore it.
ignore it.
You ignore it.
and it adds up. So out of the $105 million, Bonnie, $80 million will go to the FCC, the Federal Communications Commission, for them to return it to AT&T subscribers who were crammed.
Okay.
Yeah. And the rest of the money will do some other things, but that's a slice of change. If you think you've been crammed, or if your phone company says cram it,
Yeah.
damn it, what you want to do is go to www. It's not the FCC, it's the FTC, Federal Trade Commission. So it's ftc.gov/ATT.
I have something else to tell about.
Oh,
Red Bull.
talk to me.
Red Bull has a settlement that they have to make with people that have been buying their products since 2002.
What?
Yes.
12 years?
Anybody who contacts the company and fills out the form will get $10 if they say they have had a Red Bull in the last years, because they were making false claims that they were saying it would give you more energy or what, or
Stamina?
Well, it wasn't. Yeah, more stamina, more performance, more mental
Performance.
and so on and so
Mental
forth.
performance. Oh, I
Right.
wondered.
Oh well, it could do something if you Red Bull.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you crossed a Red Bull with a Viagra, holy mackerel.
Oh.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Anyway, so what you have to do is, I had this article, but it somehow didn't get included. So all you have to do is go to redbull.com .com or whatever and get your form to fill out, and you can either send it to them or you can do it online, which it's so packed right now you can't do it online.
You know, Bonnie, the problem is that there's really no way for them to verify that you bought Red Bull.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
No,
Like,
there
who
isn't,
keeps
and you
the
don't
receipts?
have to. You don't have to.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's no way. So it
So
sounds
anybody could lie and collect their $10. You get $10, or you can get $15 worth of Red Bull products.
Oh, no thanks.
I'll
Yeah.
take my $10.
You know, it
Yeah.
sounds like a class action lawsuit.
Right. So what you do is you can Google it, and somewhere
That's
it
great.
will tell you the phone number
There's
to
a
call
lot
or
of them
whatever.
are class act.
Well,
US
the
Bank just
thing
had
with the
one.
class action lawsuit, Bonnie, is the only people that make money are the lawyers.
Yeah.
They make millions,
Yeah.
and you get
Yeah.
$10, and you've been drinking this stuff. It's been rotting your guts out. Here's $10.
Yeah, but there, people will say, well, but I can get $15 worth of product, so I'll take $15 worth of Red
Yeah,
Bull.
yeah. There you go. Well, that'll just get you hooked to buy more.
Yep.
Wow,
Especially if you're
interesting.
someone who's never tried it before, you go, oh, I'll get $15 worth of free Red Bull.
Which doesn't cost Red Bull $15, of course.
No.
Probably cost them about $3.
Yep.
Okay, if you like to cuddle, don't a lot of us like to cuddle? Tyler? Tyler says, yeah, you want to know about this ridiculous app.
Oh, Jeff.
Oh, Bonnie. I'll give you an hour to stop that. It's called Cuddler, Cuddlr. It's a location-based social meeting app for cuddlers.
Oh,
With strange, yeah, thank you,
With
Tyler. Could you say that again?
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's with strangers.
It's with strangers. It finds people who want a hug that are within walking distance of where you are. Now, here's the trick. It gives you a name, which could be phony. It gives you a picture, and then cuddle review. Cuddle reviews. Can you imagine being?
Cuddle reviews. You
You can
review
write-
and tell him if
yeah,
he's a
you
good
can write your
hugger
own
or
review
not.
if you're a good cuddler. Or
Hey,
not.
there you go. Leave it to Tyler.
Yeah, there's got to be some weird people out there that are going to do this.
Well,
They might
if
be a
if
little
the
afraid
cuddle is
they
up
were
to your
doing.
standards, you give a thumb up. If it's a bit too tense or sexual, you can report that person, and it even allows you to do cuddle selfies.
What?
Yeah, I think somebody's been.
Somebody's been drinking.
Yeah, somebody's been drinking, or they think it's April 1st. You know,
They got
April
to the
Fool's Day.
kava.
Now, here's the good part. It does not share your location unless you give it the okay. And you can block anyone who you don't want to see who you are and so on. It's a free app. You have to be 17. How the hell are they going to prove that you're 17?
I don't know.
It's available for the iPhone. It'll be available for Android soon enough. That is one of the dumbest things I think I've heard in a long time.
Yeah.
I know there are apps for people who want to have, shall I say it? They just want to have
illicit
sex.
sex.
Yeah, one night or one day stands. There are a couple of apps whose app names I'm not giving you. Sorry. I'll give them to you. No. I'm
No.
not giving them to you.
I don't want them.
Not to you either, Tyler.
No.
But anyway, Cuddler,
Wasn't that the Free Press years ago?
Free press or free love? That was Sweden, wasn't it? And it was never free. I don't think so. Anyway, it's Cuddler, Cuddlr. If you use it, give us a heads up. We'd like to hear about it. Okay, where should we go from here?
Well, I could do fashionistas.
Oh,
or
the
we could-
fashionistas,
Should
yeah.
we do that?
Yeah,
Or do you
sounds
wanna
like
do
some
do you
gangsters
wanna
in
do
South
monitoring
America.
software.
Let's do fashionistas, and then I'll do that.
Fashionistas. Apps to upload or unload.
Unload,
Or
upload.
upload clothes. Okay. Secondhand clothing apps promising built-in community and profits are luring women from other online marketplaces and like eBay and Amazon. So you can supplement your compulsive shopping using your smartphone to shop for clothes and
Oh,
sell
no.
and to sell them.
But it's not compulsive enough without the phone. Good grief.
You don't have to leave your house now.
It just makes it easier.
You don't have to get out of bed.
Nope.
Well, that's it. That's it. But then where are you going to wear the clothes?
Yeah, well, that's true.
Okay, so Poshmark is one of several, that's Poshmark, is one of several secondhand shopping apps that are turning customers into merchants by offering an easy way to list clothing, accessories, and jewelry for sale. So they represent a new breed of mobile commerce apps
Wow.
alongside competitors like ThreadUp or
Ooh.
ThreadFlip or TradeZ, which is TradeSey. And that allow you to use your smartphone phone to become a retailer.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
You were going to say something?
I used Poshmark once to buy
And?
a pair. It was like Calvin Klein, a bra set, and it's actually really easy. It's like shopping at home.
Oh,
Yeah.
so it's we know that it
It
works
works?
now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Poshmark says it has millions of users and over 400,000 closets with listings.
It's a lot of people in the closet.
Lot.
Or coming out of the closet.
Yeah, so they've captured Silicon Valley's interest in recent years. Poshmark has raised $15.5 million in funding. And
Whoa.
ThreadFlip has raised $21.1 million, and ThreadUp $23 million. And the first research estimates that U.S. resale industry generates approximately $13 billion in sales annually.
Wow. We're in the wrong business.
So, ThreadFlip says that it's 80% of its merchants will sell something and then use the profits to purchase other items.
Right. That's business.
So, on average, these sellers return to the app at least once every 2 weeks to buy something new.
Interesting. Fascinating.
Really
Good job,
interesting
Bonnie.
stuff.
I want to talk about, we're running short on time.
Okay, I think we
So
need
I want to talk
wrap
about,
up.
do you really need an extended warranty on your cell phone? That is such a profit center.
Yep.
You pay the insurance, it's called. It's like $7 to $11 a month.
Per month?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. And so the protection plan has been available for the iPhone, and now Samsung has come out with the Samsung Protection Plus Mobile Elite for the Galaxy S and the Note products. You might be getting a Note
Mobile
4.
Elite?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so the protection plan is available on the Galaxy S4 and 5 smartphones for $100. It's $99. And the Note 3 and 4 owners will pay $129. So when you file a claim, you pay a $75 deductible for the S4 or S5 and a $95 deductible for the Note. Apple charges $100 a year for their Care Plus extended coverage, and then it's $79 for each accidental damage claim.
So you're going to want to replace the phone anyway.
Yeah, but the point is, if you're paying, for example, for the Note, $130, and then another deductible on top of that of $95, that's $230.
Right, and then if you extend the plan to the next years or whatever
Yeah.
that you own the phone, then you end up paying for another phone.
Yeah. So the idea is that it's cheaper to just get them repaired on your own if you need to.
Remember that service that we talked about for repairing the phone screens?
Yeah.
That you could meet them at the local coffee shop and
Yeah,
right
and they
there,
do it
sit
right
down,
there
they
with-
do
yeah.
it right there.
Yeah, it's a lot cheaper.
$100.
It's a
Yeah.
lot cheaper on the open market. So if you crack the screen and it's a Samsung, you pay $200 and something, or you go to Starbucks and get it done for $100. I think that's
Crazy.
pretty
Where's
good.
that number? My phone's cracked.
Oh no, your iPhone is cracked?
Yeah.
I think you need a new iPhone.
Hey, do you have the notes from that show?
We could look that up, but yes, you have the
Yeah.
notes.
Yeah.
Well,
So what do you think?
okay.
I think maybe that's overrated, the extended warranty. I could see it on a car.
Yeah, even some of the things you're buying in appliance shops and things like that, they're
They're
always
overrated.
trying
That's
to
just
push
a
it.
profit center.
Yeah.
My friend Brad bought a 3 or 4-year-old Mercedes coupe with a 12-cylinder motor.
Mm-hmm.
They're very expensive in maintenance. So what did he do? He went to Costco, Bonnie, and he bought an extended warranty for $6,000. Okay? He's done over $13,000 worth of repairs to the car, all covered by the Costco warranty.
So in that case, it's a
It
good
paid
deal.
for itself. But not all of us drive 12-cylinder Benzes. So,
Yeah.
yeah. It's a big profit center for new cars, too. They'll say, would you like an extended warranty? It'll cost you $3,000. If you say, I've got $700 in my pocket, take it or leave it, they'll take it.
They will?
Yeah, that's all profit. And it's rather get the 700 than get nothing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like they could do that.
No, I remember once when I bought a Jaguar, they wanted me to buy this. Yes, you love Jaguars.
I do. I
You-
have a Jaguar.
I know you do.
Sitting out downstairs in the garage.
Yeah, and it's beautiful too. It is. So the guidance system they wanted to sell me was something they would add to the car, so there are no buttons and no screen. It's all voice. Okay. $2,500, and I said, I don't think so. And they said, but wait, for you, just you, and today only, $2,000. So I said, tell you what, give me the pamphlet and I'll think about it. I contacted the company, got it put in for $700.
That's amazing.
And the thing is, you would tell it a destination, you would spell the street and the number, and it would actually drive you there. But when you got bored, you could say the word blackjack, and you hear a voice that said, "Yo, Big Louie here. You want to play blackjack?" And you would hear cards being shuffled, and then it says, "You have a 10 and a 4. Big Louie's got an ace. You want to hit?" It was crazy.
that wouldn't take your attention away from the road.
I was wondering, didn't you see the ambulance? No, I was standing on 12. What do you want from me? It's really crazy. So this is our new format. It's at LA Talk Radio. It's a video of our radio show. And aside from a slight glitch, which we got over, that was nice of the attorney to call the cell phone. I'm glad I gave him my cell phone number.
That's great, and it's great that Sam was able to tell us
Sam
how
to
to
the
do
rescue.
It. Yay.
Sam, yay, Sam. All right. So how much time we have left on the clock? I think we're about done, aren't we?
about done.
You've got a clock there.
Where?
Sit on the wall.
I can't. Oh, I do, don't I? Oh,
New
that's a
studio.
new studio. So we do a show called Up on Medicine, which with Dr. Ronald Belsick, and we have some fabulous information there. And then we do Turn On to Tech. That's like nothing you've ever heard. The episodes are put up on LA Talk Radio. We understand they're going to be on YouTube, so we'll talk about that next time.
Yeah.
And
we'll
it's
get
all
it
good.
And we'll get it together.
And this is my partner and friend and terrific person.
Oh.
If there was a terrific person award, you'd win it every time.
He's my personal Santa Claus.
Oh. And then Tyler M. Jackson.
Hi.
You're getting into the shows, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
You got to do a segment. We'll put it on camera. You going to do one?
Yes.
You're going
Ah,
to
we
do
have
Aqua
proof.
Farm.
Yes.
Either that or we're going to get you a squatty potty and make you do that.
Oh, the squatty
I'm
potty.
bringing you the squatty potty.
You should bring it into the studio and present it to
Okay,
her.
I will,
You get
I
the
will, I
Squatty
will.
Potty Award. Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you all next time. Take care and be good to yourselves.
Bye-bye.
You're listening to Turn On to Tech.
How fun
with
was
Jeff
that?
Levy and Bonnie Jane Bentley. Right here on LA Talk Radio.